Well, I've got the fertilizer. What does he even want me to do with it? I should text him. This can't be happening. I need to get my phone. No, no, no! If I move, I'm dead! Okay, I think they stopped shooting. I need to find my phone ASAP. Thank goodness, it works. The screen is just cracked a bit. I should let Ruben know what happened. I should stay cautious in case the sniper is still around.
Carla, I'm glad to see you are in one piece. What happened? Who?
I don't know who, but someone took shots at... I didn't see anyone, so I believe a sniper rifle might have been used.
Damn it. When did this happen?
About half an hour ago.
Miss Page, why didn't you contact Ruben sooner? The shooter's trail has gone cold by now.
I was shot at while trying to text Ruben, and I dropped my phone on the ground. I took cover until I felt like the coast was clear, and texted Ruben straight after I retrieved my phone. Wait, why are you here, Admiral?
I met him in the foyer and asked him to come along. Is there a problem?
I thought it would only be you, Ruben. I can't completely trust the Admiral. He is a suspect in my eyes.
You aren't a saint yourself, Miss Page. You're as much of a suspect in my eyes as I am in yours. However, Ruben asked me to help, and I will. I don't need your approval or trust. I'm here to catch the shooter.
I trust him, Carla. And I think we could really use his expertise in this investigation.
If you say so, Ruben.
Now, tell me, Carla, why were you in the greenhouse? Were you following a lead?
You asked me to go and get some fertilizer from there.
I did what? I never asked you that. What would I need the fertilizer for?
I don't know. I received a text from you asking for the fertilizer. You didn't explain why.
That can't be right. I never texted you asking that. Unless the culprit hacked into the internal network.
I thought your security system was top grade. Could someone really hack into it?
Of course, with enough time and skill, any security system can be breached. Carla, Sam, I'll send you a new configuration file to reroute the network. But you'll need to manually connect your phones to it.
Is this going to be enough to prevent the culprit from breaching the security again?
Carla, you need to trust me. I won't make the same mistake twice. I rerouted the connection to an internal network with a more dynamic security system. It's a new type of artificial intelligence security. Never thought I'd need to use it for messaging. It's used for sharing work files internally, so it's as secure as it gets. All right. You should get a notification to connect to the network right about now. Great. It shows that both of you are connected.
Are you going to switch everyone to this network? Won't the hacker get on it too?
Yes, I'll switch everyone to it. I believe the hacker won't be able to do anything on this system. To be more precise, it would take way too long for them to breach it.
That's a relief. Since that is settled, maybe we should investigate the greenhouse.
It's a good idea. We could try to determine the direction from which they were shooting.
Let's not waste another minute then. Carla, lead the way. The bullet seems to have hit the bag. Were you holding it?
I was. Guess I'm pretty lucky to be alive right now.
Very lucky indeed.
While you guys are looking around, I'll take some photos for evidence.
The shooter was confident in their skills. Shooting in these weather conditions is no joke. Considering the direction the bullet pierced through the window, I believe that the shot was most likely taken from the lighthouse.
The lighthouse is the highest vantage point on the island, so it makes total sense.
And the binoculars we found previously.
We're used to finding a clear line of sight for the shot.
Then, let's not waste any more time and head for the lighthouse. We might find more clues there.
Let's look around and see if we can find any traces the shooter might have left.
Not enough fuel. I need to refill it. I need a funnel first. I can pour in the fuel now. All that's left is to turn on the generator. It's on.
I found nothing. How about you, Sam? Carla?
Nothing either.
I found the case, but I don't remember it being here before.
Go on. Place it next to the beacon. Let's have a look at what's inside. By any chance, was there a magnetic key next to it?
No, only the case. Why do you ask?
Well, I have seen such weapon cases while serving the country. You see, there are no ordinary locks or latches, which means it has a magnetic lock mechanism. The only way to open it now is with brute force. But we need some sort of tool that would fit the gap.
Sam, take a look around here and see if you can find anything to open it with. Carla and I will go downstairs. and try to find a suitable tool as well.
All right, let's do that.
Carla, before we start looking for a tool, I want to ask what you found in Janet's room.
I found Janet's personal journal, and inside of it was this photo.
Why? Why would Janet keep Portia's photo in her journal? Was there anything in it that would explain this?
Frankly, Portia figured out that Janet had used ghostwriters for the past couple of years.
No, that can't be true. Janet's an amazing writer.
I read a few of her books. She is really talented, but she might have burned out. And as a best-selling author, you need to put out new books regularly for the readers. That's where the ghostwriters come in to help ride the wave of popularity.
You might be right, but it never seemed like there was an issue. However, it is still unclear why the picture would be crossed out.
I think Portia and Janet became rivals over time. Portia started blackmailing Janet so she would stay away from you.
What? Why?
I think Portia thought Janet was... Portia considered Janet to be a distraction from your work.
That's insane. She had no right.
Isn't strong love always crazy? However, that's history. What makes me wonder is the present and...
Whether Janet could have killed Portia.
Even though this evidence points directly at Janet, my guts are telling me it probably isn't her. She doesn't strike me as a murderer.
I totally agree with you. I just can't imagine her doing something like that. Thank you for sharing your finding with me, Carla. All these deaths got me thinking. Is my project even worth it? My idea was to preserve life, not cause more death over it. That's why I have decided not to delay it anymore and introduce everyone to it today.
Are you sure about this? I'm not saying it isn't the right time, but it might be dangerous.
I don't think it is more dangerous than still keeping it a secret. Too many people were killed or hurt because of this project already. So, yes, I'm sure. And it's not likely that anyone is leaving the island soon in this storm.
Well, I can't argue with that. Seems you already have your mind made up. I guess you do what you gotta do. Anyway, maybe we should get back to looking for the tool.
There should be some tools in the shed. Let's see if we can find a crowbar or something similar to it.
Let's have a look then. It's stuck, but I could get it out with a tool. I found the crowbar.
Great. Let's head back to the lighthouse.
Finally, you're back. What the hell took you so long?
We were searching for a proper tool to do the job, but we hoped the case would already be opened.
Well, it isn't. Couldn't find anything to open it within this damn place. Did you manage to find something useful?
I've got a crowbar.
What are you standing there for? The case is right over there.
It's the sniper rifle. I'd better take a photo.
I'll be damned. It's an actual sniper rifle in the case.
But why would they leave the rifle here?
The case is rather heavy. Someone might have decided it would be quicker to just leave it behind.
I think that might be true. They failed to hit their target, their position was exposed, and there's quite a distance back to the mansion.
It's still a hell of an assumption, Sam. I don't know if I can believe they left the sniper rifle to make a quick getaway. Either way, the bigger question is, what are we going to do with the rifle?
What else? We get rid of it. It's too dangerous to keep around.
I disagree. It's better to keep it and investigate it. Maybe it will give us a hint as to who might be the shooter.
Do you really want to risk getting the weapon stolen and used against us again?
That won't happen. I'll store it securely, and then we can examine it.
What could the sniper rifle give us that would point us in the direction of the shooter?
Maybe we can figure out from where the sniper rifle originated and whose case it was.
The culprit is a professional. It will probably be untraceable. Keeping the rifle only puts us at risk.
Carla, it's up to you now. Majority decides. I say we keep the sniper rifle. Sam wants to throw it away. What do you say?
I agree with the Admiral. It's too risky to keep it. We should dispose of it.
There we are, Reuben. 2-1. You lose.
I really thought you would be on my side, Carla.
We'll do it simply and effectively. We'll throw it into the ocean.
I still think this is a bad idea.
The majority decided, Reuben.
I hope you made the right choice. I'll go prepare for the announcement.
Admiral, did you see the...
What the hell is Reuben talking about? What announcement?
Right. He'll be introducing us to Project Genetica.
Is he mad? The culprit is after the project, and he's planning to show it off?
Admiral, people need to know why all of this is happening.
No, not if the murderer gets their hands on what they want.
Reuben won't let that happen. He has a plan.
All right, I'll speak to him about it later.
You can try, but I think he already has his mind made up. Also, I was trying to ask you earlier, did you see a metal piece fall out of the case?
What metal piece?
Not sure. I only caught a glimpse of it, but I think it should still be around somewhere. It might give us a clue about the shooter. Let's find it. It's an emblem of an eye.
It looks familiar.
It might be a major clue. Have you seen it before?
I can't recall, but I'm certain I've seen the shape of it somewhere.
There's a hole in the middle of the eye. It seems to be missing a piece.
Could you give me the emblem, Miss Page? I want to have a closer look at it. It definitely looks familiar, but I can't remember where I saw it.
Maybe if we found the missing piece, it would trigger your memory. I was thinking, it fell out of the case, so it has something to do with the shooter. And previously, we found the sniper rifle bullet in the cavern.
You think we might find the missing piece there?
Well, it's worth a shot, don't you think?
Doesn't seem we have anything else to go on with, so why not? This place is huge. It will be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Then we better get started.
Well, you're probably right. We're here already, so let's give it a try.
Won't open without a key. Did you manage to find anything, Miss Page? I think so. Could you give me the emblem? I need to check if it fits.
Sure. Take it.
I've put it together. Maybe this will help you remember.
Oh, no. I remember that damn triangle pupil.
Come on, Admiral. What is it?
It's an old conspiracy theory. Soldiers used to joke about it back in the day. This emblem represents a group of very powerful people called the Overseers. They are the ones that make the world spin, any direction they please. No one has any proof they even exist, The only thing that's ever recorded is this triangle pupil.
Those overseers might be the ones behind all this.
It's a conspiracy theory, Ms. Page. Believing it is the same as believing a goddamn fairy tale.
But this emblem is real, and it's here.
I just don't believe the Overseers are real. This emblem doesn't prove anything.
You might be right. It does sound like fiction.
Indeed, because if it isn't, we're in deep waters.
What? Why would you say that?
None of the stories I've heard about the Overseers end happily for anyone involved.
What stories did you hear?
I heard a fair number of them, but I recall Eyes of Alicia and Barking Dogs most vividly. The first one is about a royal family's jewels, which piqued the interest of the Overseers. The second one is about how they overthrew a family of mobsters.
Could I hear one of them?
Which do you want to hear? Eyes of Alicia about the royal family's jewels, or Barking Dogs about the mobster family?
I'd like to hear Eyes of Alicia.
All right. The story takes place in Germany in the very early 1900s. A royal family was showcasing their family jewels in Munich. The exhibition's main attraction was the so-called Eyes of Alicia. The Overseers wanted to obtain these jewels and offered huge sums of money for them, but the family refused.
Why did the family refuse to sell?
First of all, they probably didn't know who was asking. And second, selling family heirlooms is not something a royal family would even consider.
So what happened then?
Well, this is where the story takes a dark turn. Everyone learned that day that you don't say no to the Overseers. The Eyes of Alicia were stolen and replaced with...
With what?
the real eyes of the head of the family, alongside an emblem just like the one you're holding right now.
Come on. Is there any proof of this?
Only an old sketch of the emblem. The rest is just rumors, folk tales. That's why I said the group is just a myth.
I should grab everything we need before Senor Navarro finishes preparing for the hike. Better put all the tools in. All done. Senor Navarro, all done. Senor Navarro should be here at any moment.
Regrettably, Q, the rain doesn't appear to be stopping anytime soon.
Actually, Senor, the storm will soon pass. We just need a little patience.
What makes you so certain?
The clouds are gradually shifting. The westerly wind will bring in some lighter clouds before long.
You might be onto something.
It won't be much longer now.
Very well. We'll wait.
Senor, if the miraculous blooms, what do you intend to do with it?
Once we've procured the medicine, it will need to be tested and approved by the government. Then we'll distribute it to people in need all around the world.
If only Camilla had had access to the miraculous back then.
You seem upset, Q. Is everything all right?
Forgive me. I just remembered a friend. Someone the miraculous flower could have saved.
Were they close to your heart?
someone very dear. It's been a while since I've delved into those bittersweet memories. Life in Venezuela was certainly not a walk in the park, but it had its moments of joy.
If you feel like sharing, I'd love to hear more about it.
Sure, senor. We do have some time to kill after all. My roots trace back to a small village, a place of unmatched beauty. That's where I spent most of my early life.
Oh, I'd assumed you'd always lived in the city where we met. What made you leave your village?
Nature, as beautiful as it is, can also be unrelentingly brutal. A hurricane swept through and laid waste to our entire village. We were left with no choice but to gather what remained of our belongings and leave. I was just 8 when we started a new life in the city.
Such a big change at a young age. Adjusting to city life must have been tough.
The city was a stark contrast to our village, senor. We had no land for growing food, and not enough money to buy it either. Not to mention all the people and buildings, it was suffocating.
Sounds like a real culture shock.
It was quite an adjustment for me, but my parents managed better. My mother started a flower shop in our modest home, and my father found employment as an expert on flora. As soon as I was of age, I followed in my father's footsteps.
And how are your parents doing now, by the way?
The generous pay you offer me greatly contributes to their well-being.
I'm glad they're doing fine, Q. But your pay isn't me being generous. It's a recognition of your worth.
That's kind of you to say, senor. Still, I never fully understood why you chose me for the position at... the position of an expert on flora at your lab in Venezuela.
During our search for the Andean nightshade, both you and your father offered invaluable local insights. It was evident we needed someone with your expertise on the project. I've always been glad you accepted the offer, but honestly, I never understood why your father didn't.
My father is a hard man to win over, senor. Trust doesn't come easily to him. When he saw you negotiating with the guerrilla army during our expedition, any trust he had in you disappeared.
Sadly, the only way to cross the mountains and reach the Nightshade was through their territory. I had to put the success and security of our expedition first.
I understood that. My father, however, didn't.
I take it he didn't condone your decision to work with me either.
Not at first, but he came to terms with it after seeing the joy it brought me.
I'm delighted to hear that. Truly, your work radiates love and passion, Q. If you give even a fraction of the care you've shown to other plants to the miraculous, I'm convinced it will flower.
Thank you, senor. I'll give it my all. I only hope that if the miraculous flowers, its medicine will reach everyone who needs it. Especially those residing in the secluded parts of Venezuela.
Are you talking about those dreadful disease outbreaks?
Yes. Too many lives have been claimed already.
The friend you spoke of earlier, were they one of the victims? You're under no obligation to share. But I have personally experienced how bottled up grief can erode you from the inside. A conversation can sometimes lighten the weight on your shoulders.
I miss her.
What was her name?
Camilla.
Seems like the rain is subsiding.
Then it's time to go, senor.
Agreed. But once we're done replanting the miraculous, I'd be honored to hear more about Camilla. Now, lead the way, Q.